What if I told you that you could take all the guesswork, all the "I hope this works," out of creating ads? Well, today, we're going to do exactly that. We're turning ad creation from this mysterious art form into a cold, hard, repeatable science. Let's get into it.
Everything, and I mean everything, starts with this number, 3. As in 3 seconds. That's it. That is the entire window of opportunity you have to grab someone's attention while they're mindlessly scrolling their feed. It's a brutal reality, but it's the game we're in.
And let's be really clear about what's at stake here. This isn't about hurting your feelings or losing a like. No. Every single time your ad fails to stop the scroll, you are literally burning money. Winning this 3-second war isn't just a nice-to-have, it's a financial imperative.
So how in the world do we win this battle? I mean, think about your own social feed. It's just this insane storm of visual noise, right? You've got your cousins' baby pictures, memes, news articles, and then there's your ad trying to get a word in. You can't just join that noise. You have to be the thing that shatters it.
And our secret weapon for doing that is a little psychological trick called pattern interruption. The whole goal here is to create an image that is so visually different, so jarring, that a user's brain literally trips over it. Their subconscious, which is on autopilot, just filtering everything out, suddenly hits a wall, and it forces their conscious brain to snap to attention and ask, "Whoa, what was that?" That's our way in.
So how do we actually build one of these pattern-interrupting ads? Well, it's not about just throwing creative spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. The ads that consistently win, the ones that trent money, they all follow a very specific, non-negotiable blueprint. A visual hierarchy that's designed to guide the human eye exactly where we want it to go.
And here is that blueprint. First up, the hero element. This is your visual anchor. But listen closely. You don't show the product, you show the transformation. Are you selling a productivity app? Don't show a screenshot, show the feeling of peace and control that it creates. Next, the power headline. Keep it short, 5 to 7 words max, and make sure it has super high contrast so it just pops off the screen. Then you add a quick little line of logical support text that reinforces that headline. And finally, the call to action, the CTA. It has to be a big, obvious, can't miss it button. Every single piece here has a critical job to do.
Now here's the best part. You don't need to be a professional photographer or a world-class graphic designer to create these images anymore. We can use AI to do all the heavy lifting, but, and this is a big but, only if we learn to speak its language, and that means learning how to prompt for commercial intent, not just another pretty picture.
And this is the kind of formula that gets you there. It goes way beyond simple requests. You're not just asking for a picture. You're specifying the niche, the visual hook, the exact lighting, the composition. You're even telling the AI to leave you some empty space for your text. You see, you're not just generating art. You are engineering a financial asset.
We can even use color as a strategic weapon with a technique called chromatic pattern interruption. This isn't about picking your favorite color. No, this is about being a spy. You go look at all your competitors' ads. Are they all using that same boring, safe corporate blue? Perfect. That means you come in hot with a vibrant, urgent orange to completely stand out. You're not just picking a color, you're picking a fight. Architecting this also means picking the right creative path. So, are you selling an emotional benefit, like a relaxing vacation? You use the lifestyle approach. You show the result, the person relaxed on the beach, not a picture of the booking website. But what if your product is abstract, like a piece of software? Then you go with a conceptual approach. Use a powerful visual metaphor, like a rocket taking off, to explain what your product does. Okay, deep breath. Because this next part, this requires what is probably the single most important mindset shift of all. We've used our brains to create all these strategic options. Now it's time to get our egos out of the way and let the data do the talking.
I want you to burn this phrase into your brain. The most brilliant creative directors on Madison Avenue cannot reliably predict which ad is going to be a home run. Your personal taste, my personal taste, it is completely 100% irrelevant. The only thing that matters, the only thing, is what the audience actually clicks on. Period. So, instead of trying to create one perfect ad, we use AI to become a creative factory. We mass-produce at least 5 different variations. We'll make one that's all about the product, another that's pure lifestyle, a third that's a wild concept, one that's just a blast of high-contrast color, and, my personal favorite, the ugly hero. Something that looks raw, authentic, like it was shot on a phone. You would be shocked at how often that's the one that wins.
And this is the loop. It's so simple, but it is so powerful.
You run all 5 of those versions with a tiny test budget, you look at the numbers and find the one with the lowest cost per click. That's your winner. But you don't stop there. You iterate. You take that winning style and you generate 5 new versions based on it. Find the champion from that round, and that is the creative that you put your full budget behind. You never guess, you prove it with data.
All right, we're almost there. We have a data-proven creative concept. We're feeling good. We're ready to scale it to the moon. But hold on. There is one last absolutely critical check we have to perform. We have to make sure it actually works where it matters most, on a tiny phone screen.
This is your mobile audit checklist. First, the squint test. Literally, squint your eyes while you look at your phone. Can you still clearly make out the main subject? Next, zoom out. Is that headline still readable at, say, 20% of its size? Now look at that call to action button. Is it big, obvious, and in a place where a thumb can easily tap it? And finally, the boring but crucial part, are you using the right aspect ratio for the platform, like a square or a 4x5? Don't skip these.
So when you step back and look at this entire process, from psychology to data loops to AI prompting, it becomes crystal clear that our role in this new world of creation has fundamentally changed forever.
I'm just going to say it. Your job is no longer to be the person who's a wizard with the design software, the one who can move pixels around perfectly. That's the old way of thinking. That part's been automated.
This is who you are now. You are a conversion architect. You're the strategist. You're the one who understands the psychology, who does the competitive analysis, who builds the data-driven framework. The AI? The AI is just your tool. It's the hammer. But you are the architect drawing the blueprints for success.
So we've cracked the code. We have the architect's blueprint for the perfect static ad. But the digital world doesn't stand still, does it? So the next big question is, how do you take these powerful principles, pattern interruption, visual hierarchy, data-driven testing, and make them dance? How do you bring them to life with motion and time? That's the next frontier we're going to have to explore.